as well. Moving on then to, of course, the Kerry final, the Kerry County final. East Kerry won their third title in 4 years. They beat Mid Kerry by 116 to 10 points. And on the weekend, where he was named Footballer of the Year, David Clifford absolutely backs that up, scoring 1-9 as they go on to win the Kerry title once again in Tralee.
Yeah, it was. Look, it. Some of the football that was played by East Kerry was just ridiculous, really. And I think initially in the first half there was one. I think the second score of the game was that Paddy Clifford gets the ball on the halfway line, and plays an outside the boot on his left into the forward line to Clifford, who comes out, collects it first time, and then swings one over on his right, not even looking at the goal, and you're just looking at that, and I think the writing was on the wall from that point already, that they just looked to be that level kind of above. And I suppose some of the football they were playing, Paddy Clifford's close control as well, just his ability to not be turned over, to not be tackled, just he's able to glide through contacts and everything as well. It's just remarkable to watch some of it sometimes. And even the goal as well, he was involved, Paul Murphy was involved, and then David Clifford finishes in the back of the net as well. So like it's some of the interplay up at the forward line was just really, really good to watch. And yeah, you look at James Donoghue up there as well. He had a quiet enough game, I would say, actually, to be honest. But Darragh Roach as well had a good game up there too. First half kicked a fair few wides, but eventually settled into it, and then kicked a few scores. I thought Darragh Lyon in midfield was really good too as well. I think he kicked 2 scores, looked really impressive. So yeah, look, it was kind of a bit of an exhibition, I suppose, from East Kerry, but at the same time, strange atmosphere. That no no huge celebrations at the end, really, and no huge celebrations from the crowd either too as well. The crowd never really got into the game at the end of the national anthem. It was doing the rounds on Twitter a little bit as well, so that there was no kind of commotion coming from the crowd whatsoever. So like, this is the thing, when two divisional teams in the final, it wasn't the same spectacle as what it could have been if, let's just say, if Dingle were in the final maybe as well against East Kerry or something like that as well. So like, I'm not against divisional sides. It's if it was in a county where you've 32 teams in senior championship, senior A and senior B championship, and then you say to the intermediate and junior players, you can join a divisional team, they're not going to be as star-studded as what we're seeing kind of in Kerry at the moment. I think it's just that because Kerry have so few teams, of only a small group in their senior championship, that we're getting the CD Super teams suddenly forming, and now as a result, it's just becoming a divisional competition.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And that was something that I looked at and thought, like, is there going to be that raw passion in the final when you're supporting East Kerry or Mid Kerry and you only have a couple of lads on the team, maybe if you're following them because you have club mates on the team. But that being said, there was some beautiful football played by East Kerry on the day. I think it's a good advertisement as well for maybe a Jack O'Connor, someone who wants to look, maybe find a few new players who can play with the Cliffords, who links up well with them, because he's building the team around them. And then, of course, on top of that, for Mid Kerry, if you're going into that game, I agree with what you said about the second point that Clifford got. If you're going into that game, you need to hope that they're not on it. And that second where he swung that ball over the bar, I was like, right, they're on it. And this is going to spell out trouble for Mid Kerry. And yeah, indeed it did. 1-9 from Clifford, as again, East Kerry are Kerry County champions.
Yeah.
Then
And
moving on from that.
just before we move on to the thing for 1 second, the only other one as well is that for Kerry, I was looking at Mike Breen, centre half back from Mid Kerry. I thought looked really, really good, and that fella that missed all of last year as well. I think he could come straight back into that Kerry team next year and improve them. And he could be a fella that I think to watch out for next year, starting for Kerry, because I think I think he could actually even improve that half back line if he came straight back in there as well. So yeah, I thought he was the big plus for me, Kerry.
Yeah, no, definitely.